So electromagnetic field is the main topic. You're influencing people in their aura, how you approach the person. Is it, do you make an analysis of the person itself, or you just go and feel with it and then you trigger a certain point?
Just to say that we first starting with, when we invite people for the treatment, we first starting with a conversation, and we explain to people what can happen, what happened during the treatment, and what they can expect to happen after the treatment. And then they coming one by one into the private, personal treatment. Now, I would say in the last probably 7 years, 8 years, I treated over 10,000 people. And I would say that each treatment is a different treatment. So there is, the analysis is very difficult. There is no, you can say, we have a method how we're doing it, but it's what I'm trying to explain, that every person is a universal experience on its own. So we feel, we assess, but we mainly, and maybe to make as well again another little correction, that we are not healing the people. I'm not influence the people. Yeah, our work mainly is how we make ourselves available, and we make contact with certain essences, powers that can help the people in those issues, and we help to cleanse certain patterns of things that shouldn't be there in the person electromagnetic field, which are mainly the causes where it's happened. And just to say, the aura have many different levels in it, the electromagnetic field. We're talking about the aura. Mainly it's about radiating around this kind of level or distance, and difficult to imagine, but it's 360 degrees. We're actually living like inside the egg. Yeah, we don't feel it, but a lot of people feel there is a certain distances. When you come close to certain thing, you feel, oops, I don't know if it happened to you. You can walk in a corridor, and if we train ourselves even with eyes closed, before we get into the door and object, we kind of stop, and sometimes it could be in different distance. It's increasing.
Influenced by these addictive materials, sugar, alcohol, cocaine?
Partly. But firstly, it's actually get influenced by how we think and how we feel. There are different systems in the body, from our instinct to our emotional, to our thinking center, sexual center. This actually makes the main influence. Now, what's happened with our addictive stuff, sugar, for example, or all the stimulant, they're increasing certain patterns in ourselves. Like if you eat sugar, you feel like more energized, you feel more electrical, and then there is a drop. It starts to influence different organs in the body. The radiation in the complex change, of course, and as well in the aura. As I said, we have 3 levels in the aura. The first level in the aura actually reflect the radiation of our inner processes, the physical, you can say more. The second level more our patterns, which is more the blood one. The third level is more describe the nerve, our nerve lives. And the edge is what we call the auric sheath, or a parallel to what I wrote in the article about the Akashic record, where all our records of our life actually sitting there, including the coding of why we're supposed to do and what we are, the reason why we are here on this planet. So our job is not actually to influence as such my influence on people, but to bring actually help people or bring the people more close to how they should be. So by this, when the people are more balanced and more in the right place in themselves, the consumption of other stimulant from outside get much lesser, and with a lot of people disappear. So the idea is to bring the people into a natural balance, and by this to cause the body to connect it to the normal natural energy that we were supposed to be connected from the first place. So it's not such as I influence or I cause people to stop, but it's a whole idea of bringing the people or the human of how it should be. because part of our principle, the main principle of our institute, is the first principle as well of medicine, which is saying do no harm. First, do no harm. So our job is to help to other people, not to tell people what they need to do or shouldn't do, but if they feel they are locked or have problem, is to help them how to come to the natural balance in themselves.